The new video game series Twisted Metal has finally arrived on Peacock, so today, let's see if the series is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Peacock. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up-and-coming content. John Doe, a motor-mouth outsider with no memory of his past, is offered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make his wish of finding community come true, but only if he can successfully deliver a mysterious package across a post-apocalyptic wasteland. So I do have some fond memories of playing Twisted Metal as a kid on PlayStation 1, just driving around, ramming into cars, blowing things up. Simple, I enjoyed it. I was very curious to see how that would translate to a series where you have to have storylines for our characters. And this is a series that is really focused on storylines, giving these characters that you recognize from the video games, fleshing them out, having a backstory set in the Twisted Metal world, and then having a story throughout. It's less about the cars ramming into each other and blowing things up and a competition, and more about the characters within this world. And I liked it. I thought this was a really fun show. Yes, it could use more cars blowing things up and driving across the country and more scenes that feel like Twisted Metal, but I feel like we're getting there. If this series was renewed for a second season, I feel like the second season is going to be full on Twisted Metal. But they took the characters that you recognize from the video game, like Sweet Tooth, voiced by Will Arnett. We have John Doe, played by Anthony Mackie. We have Quiet, played by Stephanie Beatrice. And everybody's got their own agenda, things that they need to accomplish in this post-apocalyptic world. We have Nev Campbell in here, who needs John Doe, Anthony Mackie's character, to deliver a package across the country. You would expect some moments that would derail his job, but they do stop at a lot of different locations along the way, and that is where you get the characters from the video game, and you have stories for them. Agent Stone is played by Thomas Hayden Church, and he's trying to rid the world of violence. And then throughout the series, you encounter the characters, like Bloody Mary is in here kind of towards the end of it all. But what the series does nicely is taking a very simple game with limited story within it and adding a lot of story for our characters. Throughout these episodes, each main character has a storyline and a backstory to where you sympathize for them and you feel connected to these characters. I really did enjoy the journey for these characters and the relationships that were built along the way, especially John Doe and Quiet. They spent a lot of time together. John Doe is really in love with his car, and Quiet is dealing with the loss of her brother. And both of them are trying to find community, a new place to live, and they can get that by delivering this package. And throughout our journey, we encounter all these crazy people that add to the insane vibe of this post-apocalyptic world, which does match Twisted Metal. The vibe, the bloody moments to it, the insane moments that you get for our characters, that feels like Twisted Metal. If you just took the characters within the cars and put them in a story and then got rid of most of the driving scenes, that would be this show. And I think it does work. Yes, there were a lot of moments where I wanted cars just head on, just full on, like shooting at each other, and we did get some moments of that like towards the end, but for the most part it's just solely focused on storylines for our characters, really fleshing them out, taking them and giving them a backstory, something that you can really latch onto. And there are a lot of fun characters in here. Sweet Tooth, voiced by Will Arnett. I really didn't know what to expect for him. I was afraid at times, and then I loved the character. It was like back and forth, really crazy. Thomas Hayden Church is really insane as Agent Stone. Really clear focus on what he wants. Anthony Mackie is hilarious in here, and so is Stephanie Beatrice. They really play off of each other well. They have really good chemistry, and that is where a lot of the comedy lies, is them two and the relationship that forms. At times they don't trust each other. At times they have to trust each other. But a lot of the comedy comes from them. And it's, you know, one-liners. At times the jokes do land. At times I'm like, that was not funny at all. And if you watch the trailer, the very first trailer, where he's putting the music in his car and he's like dancing around, I thought, oh my god, this series is going to be so bad. And it's not like that at all. I mean, it does, the comedy kind of is like that, and at times it doesn't work, but it's so much more, and really expanding on the world set within Twisted Metal and looking at the community around all these, looking at the community around these different locations and the characters, really just taking them out and just building off of that. And at times I really did appreciate that, because you got to know the characters that you loved in the video game a little more and seeing some cool storylines for them. But like I said, I wanted more action, because at times it was just like episodes upon episodes of people talking and driving from one location to the other and meeting new characters and forming friendships or trying to protect yourself against people who are trying to steal cars. There's a lot of downtime, like significant amount of time. And despite all that downtime, I really did like the characters in here and the story within it. It's a show that I, throughout all the episodes, was hooked. Yes, I wanted more, but I was hooked with the characters and their journey along the way. But I think it sets up nicely a second season. I hope this is successful on Peacock and people do enjoy it, because where you get the end of season 1 leads nicely to what could be a really insane, crazy second season. So overall, Twisted Metal successfully took the characters John Doe, Quiet, and Sweet Tooth, Bloody Mary. And there's even a moment with Mr. Slam that I thought was really crazy. So overall, Twisted Metal, I like the world that was set in here. The vibe is insane. It's bloody. There's some really graphic moments. But I think the series could have used more of what made Twisted Metal so fun, is the simple competition driving experience that you got in that game. One of the reasons I played it so much is just how simple it was. But it's fun to see the characters that were in that game brought forth live action and just building off upon that and giving them a backstory and then stories surrounding them. So it was successful in that way. So Twisted Metal, if you liked the video game, you have played it several times, I think there will be a lot in here that you do like. But I also think that there will be moments where people just wanted more of what makes Twisted Metal so popular. So hopefully people continue watching it for a second season. So before I give you my score for Twisted Metal on Peacock, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Twisted Metal a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for Twisted Metal, the new series on Peacock. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.